How's it going, lads? Marshall here, welcome back to another review on the channel. Today is monumental because we are reviewing the best Bruno in the Premier League. It's Bruno Guimaraes of Newcastle United. Let's go, lads. He's got this in form for 2 goals against Brentford. I think we won 5-2? Was it 5-2 or 5? Anyway, I think it was either 5-2 or 5-1. I can't remember, but we scored 5. Bruno got 2. Happy days. What a game. And we're playing really well this season. Up in 6th right now, Newcastle United. Anyways, Bruno Guimaraes, 84 ratings. The card doesn't look too great. I know you're looking at it right now. High work rates, 3-star skills, 2-star weak foot. What's going on there? It does affect the cards, and I'll get into that during the gameplay, but it might actually not impact the card as much as you think. And this has got me thinking, what is weak foot this year? Because I reviewed Rodrigo, Leeds United, 3-star weak foot, could finish anywhere on his weak foot. Harrison was the last review on the channel. 3-star weak foot, could finish anywhere on his weak foot. Bruno Guimaraes is today, and I'm pretty certain he scored 2 goals on his weak foot. Is what it is. Anyways, in terms of stats, average, right? Yeah, you look at these and you think average. I think his normal card should have been higher than it actually is. And his stats should definitely be better than they are shown right here. I mean, even for the inform, right? He's got a long shot. He's got a long shot. It was roughly like 25 yards, 30 yards. Well, I would say 25 yards edge of the area. And they're giving 71 long shots. I thought this year they were going to specifically choose which ones to boost depending on their performances in game. But apparently 71 long shots is what it is. Anyways, the card looks decently well balanced. I mean, the 2 positions he can play him is centre mids and CDM. That is all how do I say that? That is his alternative position. I think that's how you say it. But anyways, in terms of stats, defensively, sounds. I mean, he's got 81 aggression, good defensive awareness, 81 as well. Stand tackle, decent strength, interceptions are there. And he is quite good defensively. But the thing is, if you do want to play him CDM, you've got to be fully aware he's got high work rates. He's naturally going to move out of just staying put. Because if you counter-attack, he's naturally going to try and keep up with the counter-attack for a bit. If you are on the counter-attack, you lose possession, he's going to fly back as well. So this kind of causes a yo-yo effect with the card, so to speak. So he's never going to be in that position specifically. And his passing stats looked absolutely immense. Play traits, he's got flair, outside of foot shots, which the patch did come out today. I'm pretty certain it's still as OP as it ever was. But I haven't scored one since. But I only attempted once, and you'll see it in the gameplay tonight. But lads, with that being said, let's have a look at Team of the Week, in form, Bruno Guimaraes. So here we go, lads, into the gameplay. Let's see what he did have to offer. You're going to see pretty much everything he had to offer. Well, he's playing CDM, but it's more of like a box-to-box. I'm looking to throw up 4-2-2, basically. And him and Benacer were the 2 that was basically doing this on the pitch. 1-2s, get in position, play the through balls, do this, do that, do the other, and do pretty much everything in the engine room of the team, the CDM spots of the 4-2-2. By the way, you'll notice with that pass as well, utterly insane ability when it comes to passing the ball. And it didn't seem to matter which foot either. Obviously, Bruno Guimaraes is right-footed, and I actually do score as well in the gameplay with his left. But it didn't seem to matter when it came to passing the ball. It didn't seem to matter when it came to striking the ball, which foot he was. And the fact that he has a 2-star weak foot. So, again, I'm pretty much on the fence about this 2-star weak foot. But it did limit him at times. If I get a certain angles to the goal and I try a weak foot shot, it just goes skew with. Long range with his left, no chance. No chance, mate. I wasn't getting anywhere near the target with that. So the 2-star weak foot, definitely amongst the cons, because it is a con. And that is what I experienced in game. Some certain areas might not affect them as much as it would have in previous FIFAs. We get a chance here. For some reason, this guy finds the speed of a Usain Bolt. You know what I'm saying? By the way, he doesn't have a game face. It's just insulting to the man. It's ridiculous. That's his weak foot, by the way. 2-star weak foot. It cooled and everything. That was an insane finish. But you see that acceleration? I used the chem style, which you would have seen earlier on. Architects. What does that do when you apply it to Bruno Guimaraes? Architect gives him lengthy accelerate type. Yep, he's a lengthy. So with that, you would have seen that kind of pace burst there. That's not natural. It's not natural, man. And I still don't think lengthy players on this game should kind of have that ability. Hey, but it was nice for Bruno to actually do that in game. Burst past opponents and actually score. Even though he's got 72 acceleration, is what it is right there. So when it comes down to pace, is that like a factor in which you can either buy the card or not buy the cards? Personally, I found him to be okay in game, so I'm not going to have that amongst the cons. Even though you could look at his 73 pace and think that's not good enough for a box-to-box midfielder, in my experience tonight, it genuinely was good for a box-to-box midfielder. That's basically the position I played him in, and he played it very well. Now, obviously, as a box-to-box, again, with high work rates, you need good stamina. If I can speak, you need good stamina. He's got 88, so that's sensational. He can go all game long, and he can create all game long, because mainly that's what you've been seeing in the clips. His passing ability is brilliant at times. He passed it into, who was it there? Was that... Oh, it's Muriel. Yeah, dude. I thought that was Martinelli in game. And I was like, Martinelli's finished that well. It was actually Muriel. It was Muriel. I don't know how he finished that, but he does get the assist by Bruno Guimaraes, who, for me, ended up... My desk is shaking because my dog's... What are you doing, pal? Can you just relax? I just noticed it. Can you see my camera? You might not be able to see it shaking, but it is. It's because my dog's trying to get comfortable on our bed. But anyways, what was I saying? I've literally knocked myself completely off. What was I saying? We'll reset. Anyways, pros movements. He gets into good areas. High work rates, up, down, all around. He's getting into areas where he can intercept the ball, tackle very easily, and get close to players, and score goals, which is a very interesting thing for Bruno to do on his 2-star weak foot. Dude, I don't know what it is with weak foot on this game, man. It's baffling at the minute. This will be the final clip that you do see in the review as well. As for the rest of his pros, passing, we spoke about that many times. The ball control from Bruno Guimaraes at times is utterly insane. We do a reverse pass there. If you guys play pro clubs, it's where kind of you go this way and you reverse the pass and back the way it goes. You used to do it all the time in pro clubs. I'm pretty certain it's still a thing. But say Bruno Guimaraes with the reverse pass. We win a penalty, we'll stick Bruno on it, we miss it. And by the way, this isn't the only penalty Bruno missed tonight. He missed 2. Well, I missed 2. Went right the first time, missed. Went left the second time, missed. But it is what it is, lads. Summary time. So into the summary we go then, lads. And as you guys can see, 4 games played, 2 goals, 2 assists. I was pleasantly surprised because you look at like his shooting category, right? It's 71. He's got 72 finishing, 68 shot power, 71 long shots, 70 volleys, 69 penalties. I believe the penalties he missed too. I'm going to blame Bruno for that. Pleasantly surprised that he could still actually score goals given those stats. So if you do get him into certain areas, he's not going to let you down, so to speak. I was bagging those goals, 2 goals, both running into the area with Bruno on his 2-star weak foot. I might have to do some more like looking into 2-star weak foots and like 3-star weak foots and stuff, because it only affects him at the moment, in my opinion, not enough. Because it seems to only affect him outside the area if you're in like a stupid angle. You know what I'm saying? Whereas inside the area, at the moment, it doesn't seem to matter. And it's been on my last 3 now, Bruno being one of them, reviews. We had it on the 3-star weak foots of Rodrigo and Harrison, and now I've got it on the 2-star weak foot of Bruno. Very weird. Very weird. And I'll look into that more in the future as well. Anyways, alternate positions. CM, CDM. You can start them in those positions and you will get full chemistry. Should you have, obviously, the other links in the team. The position I'd use him in game is centre midfield. I wouldn't use him as a CDM. Yes, he's got the stats to win the ball back, and he's very good at doing that. It's just his high work rates will drag him out of position. And I believe for like an all-out CDM, you need them to be regimented in that position. As in, you play CDM, you stay CDM. You know what I'm saying? Don't drift like anywhere. Wide, forward, you stay there, you defend, and you guard the back line. That's what I want from a CDM. You guys could be different. Passing, he's going to get an 8. I thought that was one of the best things about his play. I could give it to him in the kind of CM position. I could spot a pass, either on the right wing, left wing, or in front of me, right back, whatever you want to say. And I could find the pass very easily. It was very simple to do. 7 for physicality. He's also getting a 7 for dribbling. If I had to give anything for pace, I don't know what I'd give right now. Because honestly, do you guys think they're going to patch this kind of lengthy meta? It seems to be a meta right now, this lengthy, right? Everyone talks about it. And by the way, if you wonder whether it's previous gen or next gen exclusive, it's just next gen, unfortunately, guys. So you guys on previous gen right now are thinking, well, what the hell does that mean? So if you're on previous gen, you want to know how Bruno is. He will be quite slow. You won't have the kind of strides that he does on the next gen, the PS5, the Xbox, what's it called now? Series X, and obviously PC is next gen now too. So you won't have that. So just take that in mind when you're watching this review. It's got lengthy on next gen consoles, not the previous ones. On the previous ones, you'll be quite slow, quite lethargic. On next gen, it's not even that bad. As for the similar cards, I looked at similar cards, right? And I seen Marino pop up. Former Newcastle, by the way. And I looked at his stats and compared it to Bruno, the work rate as well. It's literally the exact same card, pretty much. Obviously, Marino's left-footed. Bruno is right-footed. Don't know how I forgot that. I've been talking about weak foot all throughout the review. So I looked at those two and I thought they're the exact same card, pretty much. Pretty much identical layouts in terms of stats. Low pace, low shooting, decent everywhere else. Very, very similar. So it's very, very strange that an inform, which they said they were going to boost massively this year, to be honest, as opposed to normal cards, it's pretty much the exact same as a normal rare golds Mikel Marino. Think of that what you will. Anyways, overall ratings, you've seen I'm not getting carried away with this card, man. I just kept it like, I'm not biased. I'm a Newcastle fan, you guys know this, but I'm not biased when it comes to cards. I'm going to keep the cards until I get them first owner untradeable or red. I want him in red, imagine that. He's going to get a 7.8 from myself. He's decent at what he brings, but he's not brilliant at what he brings. I think that makes sense. Value's going 6.4. He's going to 40k right now. No, I don't think he's worth 40k. If you compare players in the market and that, he's probably worth nowhere near that. So 6.4 is what he's getting. And enjoyment will be a 7.5. And I think some of that enjoyment for myself comes with using a Newcastle player. So again, take that rating with a pinch of salt too. It's not biased. I haven't given like a 10 out of 10 or anything like that. But I enjoyed seeing what Bruno had to offer on the pitch. What I didn't enjoy was the lack of game face. EA, please get that sorted. A lot of people like myself, they like the realism feel in game. If it's not the gameplay, at least everything else is. The faces, the kits, the stadiums, the footballs, the referee's face. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, lads, I've babbled on far too much talking about Bruno Guimaraes. Who else do you want to see? Could be from Team League, could be from anywhere else. Let me know amongst the comments. This is Bruno Guimaraes. And lads, have a cracking rest of your night.